Happy Women's Day. Happy Women's Day. ये लाइव रेडियो मनपसंद कैसे हैं सब लोग? All good? नीलम and ये the musical group. Very nice. हमारे साथ सिंगर्स भी जुड़ गए हैं. क्या अच्छा लग रहा है? Excited? कुछ आवाज नहीं आ रही. एक आपकी आवाज में कोई गीत हो जाए वुमेन के लिए. अरे ये क्या हो गया? कुछ वुमेन का गाना कुछ हो जाए. आज मैं ऊपर आसमां नीचे, ऐसा कुछ. वाह क्या शुरुआत हुई है वुमेन्स डे की. ओए लगे रहिए. हैप्पी वुमेन्स डे. वेरी नाइस. लगे रहिए. थैंक यू सो मच. प्रीति है हमारे साथ. आप प्रीति के साथ आप कौन? आदित्य की वाइफ है. अच्छा अच्छा चलिए. क्या मजा आ रहा है? आपका अपना ही घर है इसलिए. हाँ आदित्य की वाइफ है तो ये आप ही का ही घर है. अपना घर समझ के खाना पीना एंजॉय कीजिएगा. पूरा दिया आदित्य का ही रेस्टोरेंट है पूरा. हमारे साथ और भी ब्यूटीफुल वुमेन है. सॉरी आई एम द ऑड मैन आउट. लेकिन मुझे कोई वुमेन वीडियो करने को तैयार नहीं है. मैं ही कर रहा हूँ. अच्छा आपने तो इंटरव्यू किया है. लेकिन कैमरा के पीछे कोई कैमरा वुमेन नहीं मिलती. कैमरा मैन ही मिलता है. कैसा है? हाउ एक्साइटेड? बढ़िया. मजा आ रहा है. लगे रहिए. एंजॉय. हमारे साथ अरविंद जी हैं. कैसी हैं? अच्छा लगा फिर से मिलके रेडियो मनपसंद पे. और मम्मी जी भी नमस्कार. आप कहाँ से? इंडिया में? दिल्ली से ही हैं. वेरी नाइस. कैसा? एंजॉय वुमेन्स डे. हैप्पी वुमेन्स डे आप सबको. एंजॉय कीजिए. इंडिया जाने की जरूरत नहीं. ऑस्ट्रेलिया इज द बेस्ट कंट्री इन द वर्ल्ड. आप बहुत सेफ हैं. देखिए कितनी अच्छी पार्टी हो रही है. यहाँ कुछ गुपचुप जो औरतों की बातें होती है ना कान में. नहीं कुछ नहीं हो रही ना. वो घर भूल जाइए. कौन हस्बैंड है कौन बच्चे हैं सब भूल जाइए. एंजॉय कीजिए. सॉरी मैं ऑड मैन आउट हूँ. हाँ भाभी को भी बोल रहा हूँ. भाभी अंदर मेरे समा गई है. मेरे को भाभी समझ के ही. वाह. शी has got the most beautiful साड़ी. पिंक साड़ी आई थिंक. ऐसा लग रहा है. हाँ क्या बात है. बहुत मेहनत की है. थीम अगर पिंक है तो उसका पूरा उन्होंने फायदा उठाया है. यस देखिए कितने मन से तन से. कितना टाइम लगा आपको तैयार होने में? 30 मिनट्स. वाह क्या बात है. हेलो सोनू कैसी हैं? बहुत अच्छा. वेलकम बैक टू रेडियो मनपसंद. अच्छा लग रहा है. हाँ लगे रहिए. एंजॉय करते रहिए. We got more beautiful women out here. Happy Women's Day. कैसी हैं? आराम से बैठ के बात कीजिए. जल्दी नहीं है. 2 घंटे आपसे गुफ्तगू करते रहिए. यहाँ पे किसकी बातें हो रही? चाइनीज विस्पर मैं सुन लिया. किसकी बुराई हो रही है? सास की बुराई हो रही है. नंद की हो रही है. नहीं ये सब भूल जाइए. किसी की बुराई नहीं हो रही है. ऑफिस की भी नहीं हो रही है. कौन है ऑफिस? कहाँ है? हस्बैंड कहाँ है? बच्चे कहाँ हैं? कुछ भूल जाइए. एंजॉय. चलिए बढ़िया. वेरी नाइस. थैंक्स श्रुति. एवरीबडी. हाय ज्योति. एवरीबडी कैसे हैं आप लोग? यस मेरा बुलावा आ गया. मैं चलता हूँ.
Before we start, I would like to acknowledge the land of Manpasand people on which we we are gathered today and pay our respects to all Indigenous elders, past, present and emerging. Hello and a very good afternoon to all. Thank you to all the gorgeous ladies who have come here for this cause. What beautiful way could have been to celebrate this International Women's Day than to support a cause for homeless women. We all know that International Women's Day is celebrated globally, highlighting the struggles and achievements of women. In simple words, it is celebration for her. Who is she? She is a daughter, a sister, a mother, a wife, a grandmother. She is an inspiration. She is a person who does her laundry, cooks, gets her child ready, and answers her call at the same time. She is a multitasker. I'm sure you all can relate to that. Yes, I am talking about you. Today is the day when we want you to feel proud and enjoy the elegance of womanhood. We want you to pat yourself for the amazing work you do on your daily basis, working so hard, wearing a beautiful smile, and bringing ease in others' lives and your family. We want you to be proud and enjoy every bit of being woman. It is very good to see how so many events have been held to celebrate International Women's Day. It is creating more awareness in the next generation to honor and respect women. The rise of women is not the fall of men, it is showing equality. Now, let me take a moment to introduce the sponsors of the event. I am Rachna Chitri and I have been running Saara Holidays for past 5 years. Saara Holidays is a home-based travel agency and it offers all travel products that any other travel company can offer. Saara Holidays was born the day I lost my job when my company ceased its operation. We have received all accreditations and have been recognized for many awards. In short, the reason behind telling you my journey is, I am a mother, a housewife, and I believe I am an entrepreneur. If I can do it, you can. Remember, with challenge comes change, so choose to challenge. I would now like to introduce my other co-sponsor of the event, Mrs. Reena Rani from Apna India Bazaar, to come and say a few words.
Hello everyone, my name is Reena Rani. I'm from Apna Indian Bazaar. And I would like to thank you for every beautiful woman who's come here and enjoy your food or enjoy your day. And I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a grandma. Thank you.
Thank you, Reena ji. I would now like to call up Nasreen to take the event ahead.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's so wonderful to be here. As Rachna just said, I am Nasreen. Some of you know me and some of you don't, but it's wonderful to see this lovely array of pink in front of me, in front of us. But also I would like to start with acknowledging the Indigenous elders of this land, the land that we are gathered here today, and pay our collective respects to all elders past, present and emerging. Now, Saara Holidays has put together this wonderful event which will acknowledge and felicitate some really special women in our ACT community who deserve recognition, don't always get it. So it really gives me a lot of pride to be here, part of this event. And I'm not sure if Julia Jones is here because we wanted, I think Julia was meant to come here this afternoon. Looks like she's not here, so we will get on with the felicitations, which is our first round. Just letting you know that there will be fun and games, don't worry about that. It's going to come after we finish with this most important part of today's event. So the first person on the list of our special women is Nicole Wiggins. And Nicole is she's the director of the Early Morning Centre, which most of you must have heard about, and Rachna touched upon it a little bit in her speech. So yeah, Nicole is very connected to social issues. She's been involved in community work for the last 25 years and has been director of the EMC for 15 years, if I'm not mistaken. I hope I'm not. So yes, Nicole definitely deserves some recognition, and it really gives me great joy to say, Nicole, could you please come up here and say a few words?
Thanks so much. Thank you all for coming today. Thank you for the sponsors of this wonderful event. Happy International Women's Day to you all. And yeah, particularly thank you all for your wonderful support of the Early Morning Centre. We certainly couldn't operate the centre without the wonderful support of the Canberra community. The Canberra community is so generous. It's so wonderful to be here today with so many women to support women in homelessness. Women in homelessness, and particularly older women, are the sort of largest growing group of homelessness in Australia at the moment, which is really quite sad. We're working very hard at the Early Morning Centre to address those issues and assist people, and we certainly couldn't do it without the help of people such as yourselves, so thank you very much.
Before you leave, Nicole, Saara Holidays would like to present a small memento as recognition of the work that you do.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for organising.
Thank you, Nicole. A big hand again, please, for Nicole Wiggins, Director of the Early Morning Centre. Next lady on the list is a young lady called Crowe. She works for the Sunday Times, and I think from topics like Medevac to Meghan and Harry, I think Alex is a very switched-on person, and if you look at her social media account, well, I just had a quick glance at your Twitter account just to see what you were about, and I was really impressed to see that Alex is, as I said, very switched on, very connected to the community, and she tells everyone, she tells a story. She's a journalist, and yeah, we just want to find out what makes Alex tick.
Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me. It's a really beautiful event. It's a real privilege to be in a room full of strong and smart women. As mentioned, I am a journalist at the Canberra Times. I grew up in regional Australia in the country, so I've been up here for just over a year. I suppose probably because of the women that I grew up with, who were loud and outgoing and strong women, and also because of the father that I had, who never treated me any differently to how he treated my big brother. Sometimes to my detriment, but most of the time to my benefit. And it meant that I have always expected to be heard, and I have never accepted being silenced. And that turns out to be really important for my job. Part of the industry that I am in has just all the same issues that many long-standing businesses do. There are plenty of men in positions in my industry that should have gone to women, and there are plenty of times when my male colleagues are treated differently and taken more seriously than women doing equally, if not better work. We're working on that, but one of the great privileges of my job is that I get to tell the stories of those people who are not used to being heard and who may not have the avenue to do it, and that is absolutely one thing that I consider an absolute privilege. And in the spirit of International Women's Day, I am so glad to be here, and I imagine you're all here doing the same thing, telling the stories of those people that have less of a chance to get to be heard. And it's such a beautiful event. It's a privilege to be here. So happy International Women's Week.
Thank you, Alex. Yes. Okay. All right. A slight change because we've just noticed that our special guest, Julia Jones, is here. And welcome, Julia, to our event. And it's lovely to see you guest. In keeping with today's wonderful event. So yeah, we what to say about Julia? She's up there with the politicians. She's actually a Shadow Minister for Health, for Mental Health and Wellbeing, and for Multicultural Affairs. And one would think that, with doing so, having so many official roles, she would be very, very busy, and she is, but she has time for family. She's got 6 beautiful children and a wonderful husband called Bernard, and both of them think that their gift to Canberra's future are their children. So I think a big hand for that. It's a wonderful it's a great thing. So
I would like to add one more thing, that her office took the initiative and called us. So it was not that, we actually went there and invited her. So it's so sweet of her that she herself took an initiative and came. So thank you for blessing our event. Thank you.
it's lovely to have you, Julia. Is it too early to ask you to say a couple of words?
Thank you so much, everybody, and thank you for having me. I have had a busy day of work today, and my husband's doing the long hours, but I always say 6 pregnancies, that's like years of work. So, poor husbands, they always start behind, But he's having a great day with the kids today, and I just want to wish you all a fantastic International Women's Day season. Every year, our International Women's Day events go for longer, and I think that's a good thing because we couldn't fit everything into one day that we want to celebrate. Women make up half of the population, and yet there are so many more things that we all aspire to. But on the other hand, I'm very grateful to be in this country. My mother immigrated to Australia from Italy, and she never looked back, and she was so grateful to Australia for welcoming her and helping her to be successful. And so she was university educated when earlier generations of her family never had that opportunity. And when I finished my degree and told her I was going into politics, she did think I was a little bit crazy. But I like to do something with my education. So I hope if there's something that any of you need, that you'll contact me. I'm so privileged to be a part of a 2-woman leadership team at the moment for the Canberra Liberals. We have Elizabeth Lee as our leader, and I was elected by my colleague's deputy leader. So the ladies are in charge now. So and I'd like to see some of you join me in the Assembly and your children. The future is ours. So we love the men. I'm not in any way men.
Thank you so much.
It's not a one-person show. It's a team effort.
You're lucky.
And I think that your community understands better than most that it's a team effort. And in my case, a great husband is one of the reasons why I can do this and have a big family and fulfil so many aspirations for my life, which also involve me helping you to fulfil your aspirations for your life. So contact me anytime. You can find me on Facebook. Please friend me on Facebook. Just Julia Jones with a G, G-I-U-L-A-A, very funny spelling, that's the Italian. But if you can find me, friend me, and then you can contact me anytime. Thank you so much. Happy International Women's Day.
Well done.
So, come on. Thank you. It's wonderful.
Thank you so much, Julia. And please, young women, do choose wisely when you choose a husband, because, you know, Julia's husband is one, a good example. So please take that advice and choose wisely. And definitely, you know, Julia has already invited you guys to get in contact with her. I think it's a great thing, and we thank you, Julia, very much. Okay, moving on. Okay, now our next guest on today's list is Avani Iyer. She's a very special woman who has proved and still does so on a daily basis that willpower, determination, and similar qualities can get one through any and many hurdles in life. Okay, Avani is a woman who has an ongoing terminal illness, but this is no deterrent to her amazing service. It may sound unbelievable, but I want to mention that Avani volunteers with an op shop once a week, making flyers and newsletters and volunteering whenever needed. But it doesn't stop there. She is also currently working in 2 part-time jobs. An office works and as church administrator at St. James's Church. So what can one say? If I would say this, if this is not an example of a really committed and selfless person, you know, I don't know what is. So honestly, she's a true example of a very strong woman, someone who values time and has no problem sharing it with people around her for the community. So I honestly feel very, very proud to invite Avani Iyer up here and let us know what keeps her going.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Thank you, Rachna, for really putting me up in here, and have never spoken like this openly about anything. Yeah. But it was 6 years back when I was diagnosed with terminal illness. I don't want to go in detail of that, but the first doctor I met, one of the best in the world, told I just have 6 months to live. The point is, do I accept that or no? And I chose a doctor who was helping the community by not charging, but telling them that no, you will be all right if you want to be all right. And that's what I chose. And when I chose that, and it was a time when we had to move to Canberra also, so my only focus was being happy, helping, and doing the best that I can. I don't have any regrets of what kind of illness I had, but that has not stopped me from doing anything and everything that I really want to do. I travel. I have my own time. I'm not dependent on from my family. I drive. I do everything. My treatment is ongoing. No one takes me there. No one takes me for any scans. It's me. I do it by myself. Same time, I help a lot of people who are moving from India to Canberra personally, and they've been really good friends with me now. And that's the kind of service I really impart. And I feel that makes me more happy. When I'm giving more, I'm getting more at the same time. And as a woman, I feel like the morning depends on you, your day depends on you. If you think you're not feeling well, you're cutting yourself off from doing 100 things that you can do in that particular day. I never get out of that. I'm every up at 5:40, where I could sleep until 7:30. So that's the choice we make. It's a choice that we should make. And that's what I really don't want to say. But that's all about it. Like, you need to believe in yourself. Illness is a part of your mental health. I don't think I'm ill. People feel, do you feel I'm ill? No, I'm walking, I'm driving, I'm doing each and everything 100 times more faster than a normal person can manage to do in such a position. But that's your attitude to life, and I feel everyone should just have that. And of course, there's a family support, there's friends and everything, but if you don't have that willing to do that, no one can help you do anything at all. But yeah, that's just me. But that's me. Like, and I feel everyone should be like that. So, yeah. True inspiration.
Rachna just said. And just one more thing. I don't think Avani looks sick or anything. She looks gorgeous. I mean, just looking at her, one wouldn't say, and that shows us that if you have the spirit, you can keep going, you can look good, you can feel good, and you can make others feel good, which is very, very important too. Yes, so thank you so much, Avani, again. Okay, moving on. Okay, I have the absolute privilege, honor, and pleasure to invite our next guest because I work with her. I know her personally for a long time. She was part of a radio program that I used to run for women, and honestly, since that day, Malusi Silver Peters has been an important part of my life. And what shall I say? I don't know what to say. I get emotional because Malusi does so much great work, and she's the coordinator of Doris Women's Refuge. And I see, on a daily basis, of course, I don't work there daily, but I have been going off and on for a long time, and I know what they do. I know what they do. I see all the staff, of which Malusi is the head, and she's the reason the staff are also so committed. They bring a lot of relief to women and their children, and they go the extra mile to do it. I don't think I have the words to say what they do. I think Malusi is the best person to say what Doris Women's Refuge does, because the world doesn't actually know what they do. I've seen it, and I can just say hats off. That's all. Okay, Malusi.
Nazis embarrass me with so many good words, but I accept them in the name of Doris, not of myself. So I just want to let you know that I manage a refuge in Canberra for the last 34 years. We were 34 on Monday, on International Women's Day, celebrating 34 years. But we are not the oldest in Canberra. In fact, the oldest women's refuge in Australia is now in Canberra. It's called Berry Women's Refuge, which is actually funded, just like we are funded by the ACT government and the Australian government in a joint venture to provide service for women with children living domestic violence in the region, in the territory. So that's what we do. We offer supported accommodation, which includes a wraparound support on crisis for women with children living a situation of violence at home, in intimate relationships, in family. Domestic violence affects all of us. It does not matter if you are educated or if you're not educated, if you have money or if you don't have money. If you are from a cult community, such as us, we are, or if you are a white Australian or indigenous Australian. However, some of us will go through situations that are a bit more difficult, or sometimes quite more difficult than for others. For example, indigenous women, they go through horrific events of domestic violence, and very few policies are there to support them throughout Australia. Migrant women are many times isolated. They have no family. They are here completely alone with children. So that's that barrier, sometimes involving visa barriers, because women would come to marry someone that's an Australian citizen and go through domestic violence. It's a very common situation that we have. Women from all over the world that will come to our refuge with children, going through immigration processes related to the fact that they are sponsored to be here, but had to leave a relationship or intimate relationship or marriage because of their violence. So we are very happy to be able to contribute to the community a little bit that we can. We do it, as Nazreen said, with a huge commitment around our workers. They go beyond and above anything that they can do to make sure that children are safe, they are well looked after, that issues that children might have that have not been detected before, that they are detected in our refuge. So we have psychologists, we have social workers that will analyze the children and see whatever assistance they might have. And it's surprising to see how many times the events that brought people to our refuge is not the most important event that we work with their family. Sometimes it's domestic violence that will bring them to a crisis, to our refuge, but the majority of work that we do is in regards to child protection, for example, sometimes in regards to nutrition, sometimes in regards to overall health, mental health, drug and alcohol, criminal behavior of women too. So it's not everything pink. It's quite challenging. But we do with a lot of commitment to make sure that the families that come to us, that they leave us with a better place, with a future, and with a possibility that we have helped enable them to have a full life, that they have the right to have. Women, during COVID now, more than ever, we contribute to society so much. We are, as somebody said, that we multitask. We do more than multitask. We do it. We get things done in all areas of everybody's lives. Our lives, our children's lives, our husband's life, the community working. So it's very important that we praise ourselves, and that we give value to ourselves, and that we expect that people treat us fairly, and that we expect to be able to have the same opportunities that everyone else has. I'm very grateful to Rashana, and I do not know. Thank you very much for including us, for thinking in our small refuge to be here to speak to you today. It's a pleasure. I also like to thank Julia Jones for being here. I mean, it's just so amazing to have somebody in a position such as Julia to be here with us to celebrate. The other day we had Elizabeth Lee visiting our refuge. We were so over the moon with her visit. It's just amazing for women in our refuge, and you're invited, Julia, anytime, because it's amazing the message that it passes to women that are there. The fact that Elizabeth was there, there were children playing, the playground, some moms were there, but not all. But the next day, everybody was saying, Elizabeth Lee was here yesterday. Did you hear? She came here because of us. So it's just so relevant that people sometimes don't realize how welcoming we are, how important it is for you to reach out to us, because those are people that are going through difficult times, really. And just to finish up, just because tomorrow we have a very big day in front of Parliament House. We have March for Justice, so women are going to be in front of Parliament House at midday with all the COVID-safe procedures, just to ask the government to make sure that women are treated fairly, and that issues around women are respected. So thank you so very much. Lovely, wonderful group of beautiful women here today. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Melissa. That was amazing, and please make sure those of you who can make it tomorrow in front of Parliament House. I think it starts at 12, so unfortunately I won't be able to make it. I did want to, but if any of you can go, it's going to be huge. It's taking place all over Australia, and definitely here in Canberra as well. Okay, so let's... Glasses, no? So now, unfortunately, we have come to our last guest, because even though we want the list to go on, we're not able to do that. So the last guest, our last guest on the list is Janet C. I hope I said that correctly, Janet. But by no means the least. Yes? By no means at all. Each of the women selected, have been outstanding in their work area, and Janet is extremely special. She works with Mental Health Foundation as a session facilitator. I think Janet has come up here herself, so I think I'll let her, explain it. She'll do it better than I will.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here this afternoon, seeing all these beautiful
wonderful. I'm a wife, a mother, grandmother, and a great-grandmother. Expecting my 20th great-grandchild shortly. And, you know, just sitting and listening to these wonderful talks that people are giving, it's so inspiring. And it makes me feel at my ripe old age that there's a lot of hope for our future in our women. And these wonderful young people, and not so young, with all the work that they're doing. I take my hat off to you, and I think women are absolutely marvellous at doing all these jobs at the one time, multitasking. I think they're tops. And I congratulate you all. I'm continually inspired by the resilience of the human spirit in people. I work in, over my years, I've done lots of things, and all of them have been extremely meaningful. I was responsible for getting palliative care on the Central Coast a number of years back, and then I was looked after a little boy that became famous on the RPA show. My husband and I looked after him. A little boy called Safari, who was severely burnt in Kenya at the age of 3. And people used to stop us at Woolworths and all those places and want to know what was he doing now. He's a young man now. And so we decided to write this book, which was a bestseller. And fortunately, Rotary International decided they wanted to help us. And with the money that we raised, they matched the grant, and we were able to put education over there, bring 3 Kenyan doctors to Adelaide, and anti-venom in one of the big clinics. His mum died just 12 months after he went home from the bite of a black mamba. And of course there was no venom in the anti-venom in the village, and it was terribly sad. Very bad, sad time. So that was one part, and we were able to educate his siblings and other people, and that worked out very well. It took us 12 years to do all that. I don't know how many cakes I made, how many street stalls, but we raised the money and we did it. Moving right along, I've been with Lifeline Central Coast for 15 years. I was a foundation member, and that was a very special time to me. I met the most wonderful people, suffering, feeling pain, and feeling that there was no hope in their lives. I've seen people turn their lives around, and I have to say to you that to walk the inner corridor of someone's life when at their very lowest point is a very great privilege. And I've learned so much from these wonderful, wonderful women. I get emotional when I think of some of the stories I've heard and some of the suffering. But Lifeline continues to be a wonderful organisation, and I wish I was young enough to be able to do what I did once, but I can't. I was 82 last week, and I'd give anything to be a little bit younger like you people here and be more physically active. But I've got a big family and they keep me going. Lots of things I could say. I went to Lifeline to train for a telephone counsellor, and so I ended up doing grief and bereavement counselling, relationship counselling, conflict resolution, and there are a lot of other things that come up that you learn on the way. And I'm glad to say that I'm still learning. I still have a lot to learn, a long way to go. So I expect to be around for a long, long time. So I just want to congratulate you all, one and all, for the work you do, how you are so, what women are doing. Women are so important. They need to speak out, and they need to be heard, and they need to be supported. I wish you all, in whatever you're doing, that you find success and you come away with a feeling of peace and love. And that's my message to you today. Thank you.
Thank you again, Janet. I believe it was Janet's 82nd birthday just last week or something.
Oh, happy. Sing.
Birthday.
Happy birthday.
And how inspiring a person like Janet is, that she keeps going. Most people retire, around 70, isn't it? But she's
50.
carrying on going, and she intends to. So let's wish Janet the best. And thank you all so it brings us to the end of this felicitation round. But of course the event is continuing and you'll have a lot of fun and games, and I can spot Nisha Gupta here.
Yes.
She's going to bring the fun and games. But just before finishing my bit, I just wanted to say to everyone here, and especially the women that we have felicitated, thank you so much for letting us have a glimpse into what you do. You are truly outstanding and your work is meaningful. And may you continue forever. And may the situation change the way life is going now, with, particularly around some women's issues. It's not very happy, and you don't. When you open the news and you look at the news, it's not something that makes you feel very elevated or happy. But then again, something like this, where we have seen such special women working in the community, doing such special work, honestly, that gives you encouragement, and I hope young women will realize, and they will, certainly they will, how important this type of work also is. So let's keep going, okay? And thank you all for being here. It's been wonderful doing this. Let's give a big hand also to Saara Holidays, and of course Appointing Bazaar as well, for bringing this show. It's a wonderful agenda. This whole thing was a great event. So thank you, Rachna, and thank you all. And that's my
Thank you, Nasreen. I think before we move to the fun part of the evening, couple of reminders that first of all, thank you all who have bought all the amazing gifts for our homeless women. We also have a cash donation box. If anyone would like to put in their charity, please do it. We were not taking any cash donations, but we did get many messages saying that they were not able to make the bag, so they want to put it in. So if you feel free to put your cash donations. And also, the food is ready. So before we move into the fun part, I think that we should have plates with us. And before we do that, I just will take a minute to let everyone know. I was not planned for this, but I think I should say that the only reason of having this Saara Holidays felicitation and making this mementos, there's a special reason for that. As everyone has heard, that my story, it's like just doing a 9-to-5 job, taking care of my kids, and how I'm a housewife and a homemaker, was inspired to do a business. And I'm pretty sure that I feel very fortunate to where I have reached in 5 years. With everyone's support, I want to be an inspiration to all the homemakers who want to live their dreams, and also I strongly believe in community service. So I feel that going forward each year, whenever we do this event, Saara Holidays will always be felicitating 5 women pioneers who do amazing in this field. So, couple of minutes more. I would also like to thank few people who have helped us coordinating this event and who have been good support. Can we please have Manishri, since you are here, can we please have Manishri on behalf of Radio Manpasand as being our media partner. Manju Singh ji from Namaste, India, for allowing us to conduct this event at this location. And special thanks to my dear friend Lakshmi Kochawale. I'm sure she's not going to be happy because I've taken her name, who has stood by me throughout planning this event. So she has given all her time, 5 hours a day, 6 hours a day, wherever I wanted, she has just come with me. So thank you, Lakshmi, for your special time. Can you please have all of Okay. Manish, Krishna ji, can you come here on behalf of...
She's the woman behind Radio Manpasand. I'm just the voice of Radio Manpasand. Manju is, I think, should be here. Nisha, you can go. You go. Up to.
She's my dear friend Lakshmi, who has helped a lot to make our event happen good. I think we should first get our tummies full as the food is getting warm. So yeah, can you just start, and then we'll have a 5 to 10 minutes break till you settle down back in your seat, and we'll start the fun events. Thank you.
Hello, how are you? Please. Hi, Meena. कैसी हैं? बढ़िया बढ़िया. Nice meeting you. बढ़िया बढ़िया. Very nice. I think women will be very happy. जिसको, yeah, it's a very good, nice hamper. मंजू का मंजू का नाम, आई थिंक शी वाज हियर. मंजू, अच्छा अच्छा. आप लगे रहिए, देखते रहिए रेडियो मनपसंद. जी हाँ, पूरा तड़का लगा के. थैंक यू लक्ष्मी जी, थैंक यू मानसी राय जी, जल्पा पटेल जी, कपिल अरोड़ा जी, राजकुमारी बदलानी जी, थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग. मुकेश बजाज जी, योगेश वशिष्ठ, योगेश शर्मा जी, रूपा राव जी, अवनी रजनेश अय्यर जी, ब्रह्म प्रारशर फ्रॉम यूएस, क्या बात है, पूर्वी पटेल जी, जॉयदीप जोग और राजकुमार बदलानी जी फ्रॉम गुजरात. लगे रहो, पूरा तड़का लगा के. क्या बात है, आपका तड़का आ गया है. चारू जोशी जी, थैंक यू. अल्पना त्यागी, सैम वलेचा, और साथ में हमारे भारत दियो, उसके रिचा ज्योति, थैंक यू सो मच. बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, आप सबको लाइव देख रहे हैं. युविका आर्या जी, जयश्री यादव, जगजीत धिंगरा जी एंड विक्रम सिंह मान, क्या बात है, सिडनी से देख रहे हैं. वाह वाह. बसंती पटेल जी, लगे रहिए, देखते रहिए, सुनते रहिए रेडियो मनपसंद. जी हाँ, मैं हूँ आपका मनपसंद आरजे मनीष, और अब लेता हूँ आपसे विदा. जी हाँ, मैं हूँ आपका मनपसंद आरजे मनीष. इससे आऊँगा एक और नए प्रोग्राम के साथ, एक नए तड़के के साथ. जी हाँ, मैं नमस्ते इंडिया से हूँ, और आप लोग कहीं मत जाइएगा, लगे रहिए, देखते रहिए. जी हाँ, आज मैं बड़े डिफरेंट अवतार में हूँ. पिंक पहन के आया हूँ. टेक केयर, बाय बाय.